An update is required. An update, okay, sure. And anyway, I take a drink every single time I think something would normally make me too loud. It's late, so I've got to do something to keep myself under control. Whenever I see a line that looks like a warning point, I'm just going to. I forgot to turn the music on. Hold on a second. Let me fix this. I'll fix it. Trust. Or don't. Um. This is. I'm functioning. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Okay, that took way too long. Way too long, although it took less than a minute. Okay. Okay, so here it is. Here it is. Okay. I can't believe I've been offline this long. I've got another event to get to. Although I do need to record the ending cutscene first. Did I wait too long before covering that? That is a concern. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank God. You two are too loud. You two are too loud. Tomias. Cratias. I don't actually like the drink I'm drinking. I'll be honest. I wanted to try this, but I don't really like it. Huh? What's wrong with me? I'm seeing things again. Yeah, you're hallucinating, Kaiba. I think you need more sleep. Although what's wrong with you, well, that's up for debate, to be honest. But who am I to question rich people? Actually, I never put this card in my deck. The picture looks exactly like the dragon. The picture looks exactly like the dragon I just dreamed about. The dragon you just dreamed about. Okay, listen. Hold on, Kaiba. I've got to take a drink. And are you allowed to do that in the middle of a duel? Just put a new card in your deck? Apparently, the answer is yes. Yes, you're allowed to do that. This might be another of Alistair's tricks, but there's only one way to find out. Yeah, sure. Alistair is just gonna put a random card in your deck. Do you really think he's the type to do that? I mean, you've met a few people that would. I'm just saying, I don't think Alistair is one of them. I play Fang of Cratias. What? You don't have that card. Oh, God. He does now, Alistair. He does now. I merged my monster with my trap card. Wait, what? Hold on, what? No way! You can't fuse a trap card with a monster? Yeah, and how are you going to enforce the fact that he just did that? Do you have money, Alistair? Maybe, I don't know you. But it sounds a bit like Kaiba has you outmatched, just to be honest with you. And I mean, why wouldn't he? That's kind of an unfortunate privilege of the rich. And also, I'm surprised no one has fused more trap cards with monsters. Maybe they can just make that the new mechanic of the next... Oh god. The anime is never going back to the main game. I should just uninstall that logic. Uninstall. It looks to me like I just did. Yeah, Kai, but you did. You did whatever you wanted. Screw the rules, just play the yeah, screw the rules, you have money, whatever. Rise up, Doom Virus Dragon. A Doom? A Doom what? Anyway, whatever. Game over, I win. And how old are you? Old enough to not act like that. You didn't beat me yet, Kaiba. I activate my trap card. You take half the damage I took. Okay. You two are way too loud. Isn't someone in this castle trying to sleep? Well, Pegasus isn't because he's dead. Probably. I haven't looked at the script in a long time. But all I know is Alistair does not have dialogue with Pegasus. Alistair does not. So I'm assuming he's dead. Aseto. Okay, Mokuba, seriously, it is almost 2 in the morning. This duel's a draw? This isn't over. I'll be back. You'll pay for what your father did to me. Sure. Did you forget about all the money Kaiba has? Just saying. Kaiba thinking about all his money right here. Critias. I was joking, honestly. I knew he was thinking about something else the entire time. I recorded the first run. Uh-oh. Run! Okay, Joey, seriously, you're making me suffer. Ah, yes, sweet suffering. Yugi. That's no dream or illusion. Okay, you guys, I cannot keep drinking this. I'll have to, well, do things that I probably shouldn't just announce. Oh god. And I had to address something after this ending cutscene is over. Timaeus, protect us. No, this is impossible. Impossible? Impossible? Dude, it looks like... I don't know, I'm not talking about this. Thank you, Pharaoh. The great beast has retreated for the moment, but many of us remain prisoners. The great beast will return as its power grows. It must be stopped before it is fully restored. Timaeus is strong, but not strong enough. We must release the other 2 dragons. Valen next, I predict. Okay. Oh, listen, guys, we have to talk about something. Darts, what are you doing? Darts, do not interrupt me. Darts? Okay, I think this event, I may have gone a bit too far with some of the things I've said. I know I said I wasn't going to apologize, and Well, it would be hollow if I said that I am. But I do think that I should probably tone it down when it comes to what I say about the president. Not because I do want him to stay alive, but because it is tasteless to keep talking about how I just don't want him to be alive. You know, it's a bit tasteless. And let me tell you why I probably just want him to, kick the bucket. I'm pretty sure it's just because he's running the country. And I don't think he should be, but he is. And I'm both scared for my life and annoyed at the incompetence of this government. Honestly, I think that people I really don't want to say this, but I think that when I watched, is it this music? Is that why I can suddenly not pronounce that movie? Seriously. Uh, well, to be honest, I didn't really like it that much because I'm not really the biggest fan of idiots. But the people in that movie just, I think they're probably more intelligent than the people in the government right now. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, I do. Okay, I'm going to be real. I do not have respect for cult leaders, Darts. Just being honest with you, I mean, actually, I've got more respect for some cult leaders in this franchise compared to other ones. But I'm just going to be real with you. That is not everyone. I bet you can imagine one guy I just have no respect for whatsoever. And I'm going to be honest, that person is not in the game. Now, will he one day be in the game? Maybe. I mean, Rebecca made it, and Serenity. Why not this bastard? I mean, I am not talking about Darts. I am talking about Sayer. Because he is a total asshole and he deserves to die. And this time, I do not need to apologize because he is fictional. And now, if we're going to be really honest here, Sayer didn't really do as much damage as, well, hold on. I wish he just stayed dead, to be honest. The fact Sayer did not is a crime. He should have just died and stayed dead. My opinion, though. From what I remember, he's just rotting in prison. You know, like most cult leaders. Yeah, most cult leaders just go to prison. But the cult leader in this country gets to lead it. Oh, damn. Anyway, guys, I think I should deal with what's right in front of me. I did acknowledge Darts for how long? Long enough to mention that I hate a cult leader. The Pharaoh holds... Wait, hold on. You know you're supposed to hate Sayer, right? I mean, everyone hates him. It's obviously intentional. But when I listened to him talk, I'm just like... Oh, yeah, I can see how I was wrong. I would never join a cult, ever. Well, actually, there is one cult I would probably join, because Artorias would kick my ass. Anyway, the Pharaoh holds the power of the dragon. No shit, the Pharaoh holds the power of the dragon. Did you just think he was going to just, you know... why exactly is he... You know, I think I should just finish the end because I'm gonna ask some stupid questions that don't need to be asked. That's merely a minor setback to be dealt with later. Merely a minor setback to be dealt with later. Okay, sure. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Darts. I really, really like playing into this song. This music, I love just going along with what it did to me the first time. I lean into that shit so hard. It's really ridiculous. I'm just saying that right now. Okay. And now there's another event that is coming after this one. But besides that, what else does Dart saying? Because we need more souls than just the pharaohs. Oh, right, you have to destroy side characters first. Well, Pegasus doesn't count as a side character, but Weevil does, and Rex does. Because who cares about those two? I don't. I don't. Weevil doesn't like to learn. The Pharaoh is on his way to speak with one we've been watching. Reach him before they do. Is he talking to Raphael? I really don't know. I think Valen is next because I believe Joey is getting the last dragon. Okay, and the next event begins. I am not going to voice this at night, honestly. I mean, I forgot this was even on the schedule. Well, part of me remembered it was on the schedule because I started talking about that duel Spectre had against Blue Angel. You know, in the last event, I just started talking about it. So part of me remembered this. Okay, alright, sure. I do not need to know this shit right now. I think I'm good. Okay. I've got some data material. Dude, I knew it. Okay, hold on. That was a bit too loud. I need to stop talking too loud. Anyway. Let me look at what is currently unlocked. No, I'm not doing this. Anyway. In my head, I just hear Spectre laughing his ass off. Every time Trump does anything, I just hear Spectre laughing. And you might be like, why? Because the humiliation. There's no one more humiliating. There's nothing more humiliating than being reminded of that time that Blue Angel smashed her forehead on the concrete and Spectre was just laughing his ass off. Like he doesn't give a shit that he basically just sort of murdered someone. Sounds like Spectre did belong in prison. Maybe he shouldn't have been allowed to stay out of it. Anyway, I was going to look at how many areas there are. 4. Okay, fair. And now, I was looking at which ones were unlocked. 3. Wait, hold on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. The 4, I can count. I can count. I can count, guys, I promise. Anyway. This event is going to make me feel humiliated. It will probably be very on point. I mean, my active character in Brain's world is currently Blue Angel. However, as Spectre has told me countless times, I am just pretending to be an angel. Okay, Spectre, shut up. I don't particularly care about the fact I am pretending to do anything. Alright, Paradox dueling Joey, how would that go? I don't actually need to know this, but Paradox was so hard to beat, he needed 3 opponents to kill him. That's not actually true. He probably could have been defeated by 1 protagonist, not 3. But that doesn't really mean anything, does it? Balance. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm done here. I'm going to duel whoever is in GX world. Oh, right. I should probably continue my train of thought and apologize. Wait, no. I meant I'm not going to apologize for it. Because that would be hollow, meaningless, and you guys would not believe me. I mean, I just kept going on and on and on. Oh, listen. When there is a cult leader in charge of a country, a cult always dies when its figurehead dies. Although, do I really want to acknowledge Vance as president? Well, no. But it's probably going to happen. And what's going to take place in November? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Guys, I made a video where I insulted the Supreme King's armor. And he left the gate to deal with me because I insulted his aesthetic. Okay, fine. To be honest, it actually doesn't look that bad here. But, I mean, that's probably because I just roast everyone. Everyone. Well, okay, maybe not everyone exactly. But if you're probably into that shit, it really doesn't hit the same, does it? Who do I think is into this shit? Well, I think... We're not having this conversation. This will not last long. I promise. I promise. It will not last long. It will be shorter than the Supreme King's screen time. Shorter than that. Yes, it absolutely is my excuse for doing this. The video is 22 minutes long. I can fit this in. You know, when I look at the Supreme King's eyes, I'm just like, those look like they could be my eyes, just a different color. You know, because of the anhedonia. I feel kind of dead inside sometimes. And I think part of that is the issue here. Like Trump signed a bill that made healthcare worse. And I might actually need help. You know, treating anhedonia is not easy. It's not easy, it really isn't. And I might need care that my current healthcare plan won't allow me to have. Okay, alright. Well, I will continue suffering then. You know, my mom, when reporting that I'm disabled, was told to submit a number of things, and apparently she didn't tell the insurance company that I'm on. My mom didn't list that I have depression when she filed for me to be covered under her insurance. And to be covered under her insurance, I have to be disabled, and I am. But Mom forgot to list the right disability. She said that I have autism and anxiety. Excuse me? Guys, I'm just remembering all the videos I've recorded and how many times my mom must have been right there. Did she seriously forget that I have depression? I'm just standing there thinking, what? And that is why I am now thinking that my psychiatrist's information did not match my mother's information, and that is the problem with what is going on insurance-wise. But I also don't have evidence that this is true, and because I don't have the reasoning for that information. Although apparently they do not think that I'm actually disabled, which I can understand, because the disability that Social Security has on file for me is depression. I do not recall any complaints about me having autism and that making me very disabled. Now, could autism make it hard for me to have and keep a job? Well, yes, because I want to be a writer still, and I haven't changed my mind. Which you can imagine that it's difficult to keep a job under those conditions. Now, when can I unlock that skin that I said I was going to be able to unlock when this event released? Because Revolver was the only person who had a skin that could be released. I do not see any information here because I'm not bothering to read. You know, I could read more actively in this event, but the problem is I don't necessarily comprehend what I'm reading when I'm recording. I know that when I'm recording, if I just read and try to comprehend what I'm reading, I might stop talking. And that would be stupid and a bit boring. Oh god. Okay, so I complete area 4 to unlock this avatar. Okay, well, I do like it, you know, a lot. At first, I didn't fully like it, but that changed. Although I do have an appreciation for his second avatar. Okay. Okay, do I want to do anything else while the game is open? No, I don't, but... Okay, it ends... Interesting end date there. July 5th at 1 in the morning. Great. Interesting. I'm going to feel so humiliated before this event is over. I feel humiliated right now, to be honest. But I think I need to... Am I going to be able to actually tone it down? Like, am I really going to be able to enforce that on my... Dude, if I cannot learn to control myself in this regard, I probably should be... I probably shouldn't upload for a while, to be honest. Because that sounds concerning, don't you think? Okay, give me a second. I really think it is the fact that Trump is in office that makes me feel the way I do. I don't think I would want him dead if he was just a normal old man. If he was just a normal old man, I think I could deal with it. I wouldn't be this mad or talk about how much I want him dead because he wouldn't be president in order for me to say that. But the worst part is, I think the planet would be much safer if he was dead. And the reason I had to talk about all of this is because the government isn't going to impeach and convict him and then send him to prison. The system isn't working as intended because the government is perfectly fine with what he's doing. Alright, I should probably say that with a number of... I should probably say that for a moment. I'm thirsty. I can say one thing. It does seem like Republicans are getting sick of Trump, but they're not getting sick of him fast enough for my liking. It really makes me think that people that are Republican are stupid. But I don't want to be mean. I just don't want to. But you see, here's the thing. I think the Republican Party is just so corrupted now that they need to rebrand as a different party. I don't think the Republican name can be saved. They have to start calling themselves something else. Now, here are the chances I think they will actually do that. Because do I have a reputation for accurately predicting the future? No, I do not. I cannot accurately predict a lot of things. So maybe the Republican Party will be just fine. But here's the problem. If you really are going to keep voting Republican after everything they've just admitted they're okay with, after they've demonstrated it with their actions or inactions, then are you really a good person? Like, seriously, are you? Or are you just sick of Trump because now his actions are touching you? A lot of people I don't think are going to necessarily vote in a way that expresses remorse. It's just a way to be like, oh shit, he touched me too. Excuse me? Now, I'm fine with people seeing the error of their ways. But there are so many people that might vote for Democrats in November that I don't think really understand what the problem is. And why Trump is obviously taking full advantage of it. I mean, honestly, when someone is stupid and there are a bunch of people in the population that are stupid, of course you're going to take advantage of it. You're going to take advantage of anyone that is stupid. Now, before Trump's second term, I wasn't likely to call anyone stupid because I don't like to insult anyone's intellect. But Trump's behavior and his actions and what Republicans are doing, it's causing actual harm. We started a war, guys. That is some shit. I'm not just saying, oh, this is a policy difference, so I'm just going to call people stupid because they disagree with me. No, listen. This is not about policy. It's about people wanting other people to lose their rights. This is about people that think they should be superior to other human beings. When it comes to all of that, it makes me infuriated that anyone is okay with still supporting Trump. Because anyone that still does that, even if they are blind to the reasons that Trump is a problem, at the very least, they may not be willing to vote for anyone like him again. But here's the issue. If someone still supports Trump, that means they still support that kind of behavior. And I am not okay with that. I am not okay with someone that is willing to start wars. I am not okay with people that are human getting treated as lesser citizens. I am not okay with that. Now, honestly, I know that the right for women to vote is also being attacked. So, in that regard, that's something that I could even lose the privilege for. But I doubt it, because I just don't think that's going to... I mean, so far, no one is going to actually buy into that. They're like, we are not going to pass the SAVE Act. And if you don't know what the SAVE Act is, you can look it up. And though I think there's another bill that's called something... Isn't there something like that's? Oh my god. Okay, so the SAVE Act is not the same bill as a different bill that is similarly named, which is confusing because I'm talking about a bill primarily that exists to harm women and trans people and married women. But really, if you change your name at all, that is the kind of thing the SAVE Act will harm. And I don't think I need to say this, but if you want to harm a woman's right to vote, then you're a piece of shit. That's just what it is. You shouldn't harm someone's right to vote. You shouldn't be okay with taking away someone's rights. And the fact that some people are okay with that says to me that we have some very awful people in this country. And even once Trump dies or we get a better administration or whatever, we still have to deal with the fact that a bunch of people were willing to vote for a corrupted criminal. We still have to address that. And by the way, I don't trust this country. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. Like, I wasn't always proud to be American, but even though I've never been proud to be American, I never thought I'd see the day when I'd feel humiliated over being American. I never thought I would feel humiliated to be a citizen of this country. And I am, because the president is stupid. Now, if you want to know why he's stupid, it's because he's old. And when you're old, you develop things that will affect your health. And if Trump has an issue with this, well, go ahead, add me to the list. But I don't think you'll find me because I don't have the reach. I don't have enough subscribers, so I cannot actually offend him. He'll probably be dead by the time anyone does. And by the way, I do hate capitalism. So go ahead and try to target me for that. I'm sure you'll be able to do so quite easily with how many subscribers do I have? Anyway, that's going to end the video because I'm tired of talking about this. I feel hungry, and that is the only in character thing about this entire video.